Have you ever dreamed of spreading your teaching wings in a land of rich history, diverse cultures, and endless opportunities? Well, it's time to turn your dreams into reality as we unveil the routes for Nigerians and other countries' citizens to work in the United Kingdom as a teacher. Picture this, a country where the demand for teachers is soaring high, creating a gateway for talented individuals like yourself to make an extraordinary impact on young minds will be rewarding. So we're embarking on a thrilling journey filled with different pathways to the UK teaching industry so that you can become a teacher in the United Kingdom and enjoy its rewards. Welcome to Career Hairdo and the methods to use to work in the United Kingdom as a teacher. Before we begin, it should be noted that QTS is a qualification required to apply to teaching jobs in the United Kingdom, but it is not bent to it. This will lead us to our first method called the Overseas Trained Teacher route. First, as an Overseas Trained Teacher, OTT, it's possible for you to be employed as an unqualified teacher within a mainstream primary or secondary school in England, under something called the 4-year rule. OTTs are allowed to teach in state-maintained schools and non-maintained special schools in England as unqualified teachers for 4 calendar years without gaining QTS. Once you have employment under the 4-year rule, then you could be eligible for assessment only. Second, you can become a teacher in the UK by attaining the QTS status, which simply means Qualified Teachers Status. The application can be done through the UK's Teaching Regulation Agency, TRA. Qualified Teacher Status, QTS, is a legal requirement to teach in many English schools, and most schools prefer their teachers to have it. To apply for QTS, you can submit an application to the UK TRA-based, which is a free process. However, there are certain conditions you must fulfill before applying. As of February 1st, 2023, if you have a teaching qualification from the following countries, which are Australia, Canada, the EEA, Gibraltar, Hong Kong, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Switzerland, Ukraine, and the USA, you can apply for QTS in England. But if you are from Nigeria, Ghana, India, Jamaica, Singapore, South Africa, and Zimbabwe, you can still apply. But you will need to have a subject specialism in either languages, mathematics, or science, and a teaching qualification to teach 11 to 16-year-olds. This is so if you want to apply for the QTS using your foreign teacher's qualification in your home country. Aside your teaching qualifications in your home country, if you are following this method, the general requirements you will also need to attend to are 1. You must possess an undergraduate degree of the same academic standard as a UK bachelor's degree, as verified by UK ENIC. 2. You must be a recognized qualified teacher in your home country. For example, if you are from Nigeria, you need to be registered with the Teaching Registration Council of Nigeria and hold teaching experience. 3. You must have at least 1 school year of professional experience working as a teacher after qualifying in your home country. 4. Complete teacher training. Having undergone teacher training is essential. 5. You must demonstrate English language proficiency. You must prove your proficiency in English by providing either an IELTS score or having your degree evaluated by organizations like NARIC or ECTIS. Furthermore, it is worth mentioning that although QTS is not mandatory for teaching in the UK as described in Method 1, having QTS can greatly enhance your prospects and make you more desirable to recruiters. Third, you can be a teacher in the UK via the ITT route, which is Initial Teachers Training. ITT courses are taken in England and can be full or part-time, salaried or unsalaried, and would be either school or university-led. School-led courses would be more hands-on, and university-led courses would be more academic. All of these courses would involve placements within at least 2 schools, spending at least 2/3 of your time in schools. The application process for ITT, which is Initial Teachers Training, differ from IQTS. International Qualified Teachers Status in that you can apply for up to 4 courses in your first application, and if not successful, you can make additional applications. The minimum requirements to get into a teacher training course are an undergraduate degree, GCSEs in English and Maths at grade 4 or above or equivalent. In translating to Nigeria equivalent, it will mean a credit in Maths and English either in WAEC or NECO. Fourth, you can become a teacher in the United Kingdom via the assessment route only QTS. This implies that if you already have teaching experiences but lack formal qualifications, the assessment only QTS route might be a suitable option for you. This pathway allows experienced teachers to demonstrate their skills and knowledge to obtain the Qualified Teacher Status, QTS, without the need for additional training or a formal teaching qualification. Those who did the first method, which is the 4 years rule teaching in the UK with QTS route, can find this route beneficial. Actually, anyone can take the assessment-only route to QTS if you already meet the standards for Qualified Teacher Status. You will undertake a series of assessments. This may include lesson observations, providing a portfolio of evidence to show you meet the teacher's standards, or written assessments. This will vary by your provider. The assessment program takes up to 12 weeks. The fees for this assessment range from £4,000 but vary between provider. Fees may be paid by you or your school at the start of the program. If you're currently working in a school, you can talk to your employer about your funding options. The specific entry criteria may vary by teacher training. To be eligible, you will need to satisfy that 1. You meet the teacher's standards without any more training. 2. You have worked in 2 or more schools. 3. You have a degree. 4. You have a GCSEs at grade 4 or above in English and Maths, which is equivalent to a C6 in Nigeria, WAEC or NECO. The specific entry criteria may vary by teacher training provider also. Please note you will not have to visit or train in England. However, you will need to be assessed at your place of work by an examiner from your teaching training provider. Your teacher training provider can explain what type of school you must be working in to undergo assessment-only QTS. It is important to note that your assessment-only training providers cannot give you advice about 1. Finding a teaching job in an English school. 2. Other routes to QTS, including apply for QTS in England. 3. Applying for a visa to work or study in the UK. Here are a list of providers for this route. 1. University of Sunderland. 2. Educational Success Partners, ESP. 3. Buckingham International School of Education. 4. TS Institute International. The other pathway is for those who don't have a bachelor degree at all, maybe only WAEC or NECO or other relevant equivalent, but want to be a teacher in the United Kingdom. This pathway is expensive, but relatively straightforward. Here, it is by obtaining a UK degree in teaching. If you opt in for an undergraduate degree in education, you can expect to pay approximately £10,000 per year or more for a 3-year program, amounting to a significant sum of £30,000 or more. Therefore, if you are considering coming to the UK to pursue a teaching career, it is worth exploring the possibility of undertaking a graduate degree in education. By completing an undergraduate degree in education, you automatically acquire Qualified Teacher Status, QTS. The program is specifically designed to train individuals for teaching roles. Upon successfully passing your examinations and obtaining the relevant degree, you will be granted QTS, enabling you to commence teaching almost immediately. The final method we will discuss in this video is applying through the IQTS route, which stands for International Qualified Teacher Status. It covers those who have no previous teaching qualifications or experience and would like to gain a professional teaching qualification leading to automatic qualified teacher status, QTS, or are already a teacher, but not eligible to apply for QTS through the Teaching Regulation Agency or assessment-only route. To apply, you will need to have 1. A bachelor's degree from a UK or non-UK university or other institution. 2. A math qualification of the same standard as GCSE, General Certificate of Secondary Education, Grade 4. For Nigerians, it is equivalent to C6 in WAEC or NECO. 3. Excellent written and verbal English language skills. The fees start at about £9,000 in total, but will vary between training providers. Applicants for IQTS are not eligible for loans, bursaries, or any other type of financial support from the UK government. If you are already employed in a school, you can discuss with your training provider whether you can continue working in that school while you complete your IQTS qualification. You might be able to get a salary for your work in a placement school. This will vary between schools and between providers. English teacher training providers deliver IQTS in partnership with placement schools around the world. All IQTS training providers have been approved by the UK government. You can register your interest and apply for the 2023-24 academic year by contacting the following training providers. 1. Canterbury Christchurch University. 2. Edge Hill University. 3. Liverpool John Moores University. 4. National Institute of Teaching and Education, Knight. 5. Plymouth Marjan University. 6. Sheffield Hallam University. 7. TES. 8. University of Buckingham, and many more. You will be able to study IQTS if your chosen training provider works with or will accept a placement school in your region. Some IQTS training providers will have an existing relationship with a school in your region and will be able to match you to that school. Others will ask you to find your own local placement school as a condition of entry to their course. Alternatively, if you are already working in a school, your training provider may accept this as a suitable placement. Please check participating IQTS training provider websites for more details about their approach to placement schools and whether these are available in your region. At the end of your training, your IQTS provider and school will assess you to check you meet the IQTS teacher's standards. Your training provider will award you International Qualified Teacher Status when you have successfully passed this assessment process. You will then be automatically awarded Qualified Teacher Status by England's Department for Education. Once you possess the QTS, you can then apply for jobs with employers who are willing to sponsor you. In this exhilarating video, we revealed not just one, not two, but a jaw-dropping 5 extraordinary methods that will open doors for you to becoming a teacher in the United Kingdom. Whether you have a teaching degree or not, a teacher training or not, there is a method for every unique person contained entirely in this video. You have the ability to navigate this process independently, especially if you are in Nigeria, so now is the time to prepare and set your sights on working as a teacher in the UK. With that, we have come to the end of another insightful video. If you haven't already, I urge you to please subscribe to our channel right now. By doing so, you'll stay connected and never miss out on our latest content. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon to receive timely updates whenever we release a new video. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to continuing this journey together.